We're putting GT500 rear brakes and calipers on the race car. I have already taken down the rear brakes, everything off, and now we're just gonna keep going. Okay, so what I need to do to be able to take the diff cover off, because you have to take the axles out, is I'm going to have to drop the panhard bar. And I can just do it from this side and it'll swing down, it'll hinge on the driver's side, so it should be easy. I don't think I'm going to have to remove my little sway bar end link to get this bolt off, but we'll see. And it is an 18 millimeter and it has a wing nut on the back, so I don't have to hold it, so that'll be fine. Now, truth be told, my husband already broke this bolt loose, so don't think my suspension is that loose, okay? It came out a little bit. I just don't have anything to push on. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Get it out of here. That should work.
Probably it's got a lip on it, so you probably got to tap it down. Get out of the way. It's alright, just get out.
Okay. I made a mess. Yes. I didn't think it was going to come off that easy.
Yeah.
Totally did. I made a mess. I have cleaned up the mess. We still got some drips coming from the diff. Let me tell you up here. But some things that I do need to do still, so I can remove each side of the axle, is I've got to remove the ABS sensor, and I have to look over this really good because I think there might be other things I need to take off, but I don't remember. So I'm going to do all that now. Something that's kind of neat is there's a lot of metal on my little ABS on this side, which is the side that I cracked the rotor on, which is the whole reason that I'm doing all of this. So that's kind of neat. And I believe this is a 10 millimeter here. Let's check that before. There we go. Pry bar right there. Hey, we got it. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring that around and stick it way over here out of the way. Good deal. Okay, so I've got to remove this bolt, this pin, and then we'll push the axles in and remove the clips. on each side. Okay. One turn. Ah, I don't know if that was good. Oh yeah, we got blood. All right, we're bleeding. We'll be back. Now, we are back. What it looks like. I'll be fine. I ain't got time to bleed. You happy? My director over there.
It's moving around a bunch. You sure it's not free?
Not quite free yet. You keep farting like that. It's gonna,
yeah.
It's gonna be on camera.
I don't care.
I care. Buy 'em. Okay, and now we need to remove that.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. That's cool.
Okay. Just lay that down. Alright, now I can push this axle in farther.
Yeah.
So where's that C-clip?
You need to rotate backwards to me. Keep coming, keep coming. That way I can see it real good. So we gotta remove this C-clip.
Now they can't see that on the video. If you want to take a break for a minute and get cleaned up and then angle that so they can see the clip. Or what?
Okay.
I can move the camera if you're
Oh
in.
yeah, just move the camera. Oh. Spin it 180. Okay, so, yep. Got it.
Okay. We'll pull this out.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna video you. And now we can remove the whole axle. I think it's all ready to come on out. My lovely assistant. Oh yeah! We did it! Okay, now we just gotta do the other side. Okay, 180. Of course, I just pushed it back on. Got it. Woo! And we have new ones of these too. So these will get replaced with new ones as well. These aren't copper, like the new ones. Alright, and he just slid that axle out when we weren't looking. And now we'll take off our old caliper mounting brackets and replace them with new ones. Alright, now we're going to take off our old caliper mounting brackets and because we have new ones to go on. We'll see how hard this is to bring. Should have my hammer here, so that will help me. I like to use my hammer. It's a fun hammer. wheel bearing back here in the back is exposed, and I really don't want to get it gross because it looks like a pain in the butt to get replaced. How about that? Probably have to reuse those nuts, or bolts, I mean, and the wing nuts. Let's go ahead and bring them back together. So, old mounting bracket, new mounting bracket. A little bit of a size difference there. But first, we're going to clean up this area. There's actually, look at that, there's rubber. Just kidding. So, taking off the bolts from the passenger side that you saw us install, because when I went to do the driver's side, some of the bolts just kept spinning, and I hope you can see that, but the threads were stretched comparatively to the ones that we put in. So, better safe than sorry. We're just gonna have to stop and order new bolts. Which is a bummer because it's Sunday, and that means it'll probably be at least Tuesday or Wednesday before we get new bolts. But you don't want things like this on your race car, so it's good to just stop and do what you can. That's crazy though. Such a bummer. Alright, see you again soon. And we're back. It's been quite a few days, quite a few frustrating days. I've been trying to get OE bolts and OE wing nuts. These have been on order for quite a few days. These you can't even order. So what do? Well, we went to our local bolt and screw, and we've gotten replacements. Now these are case hardened to a 10.9. So these are very strong bolts, as well as the nuts, and also washers. So it's not going to be OE hardware, but it should actually be a little bit better than OE. One thing's for sure, I'm ready to get my car back on the ground. I'm tired of it sitting on jack stands. So let's get to it. Okay, so something else I wanted to mention is that these are the same thread pitch, so they're going to go in. It's very important because your caliper bracket is threaded. Expanding on that a little bit, you'll see that the OE bolt is a shoulder bolt and it doesn't have any threads right here. So when it sits inside this bracket, where there's no threads will be where there's threads. So that way it makes torquing your bolts very easy. Our replacements are just regular bolts. So we're gonna have to be really careful. We're gonna make sure that this is tight. We're gonna get our nut on, make sure it is tight. We're gonna hold the nut while we torque it. It's only 50 foot-pounds, so it's not too much, but we can't just put it on and then kind of torque everything. It's gonna be a little bit different of an installation process. Let's get going. Sweet. I know you guys like our little bearing protector here. All right, make sure I put this on. we're going to use a washer and nut setup on the back. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so this is where it's gonna be a little tricky. We've got our torque wrench and we've set it to the 50 foot-pounds, and then instead of using like a wrench, we're going to use a socket. What we're going to do is we're going to put it back here, create some pressure on it, and then we're going to go from the front. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Alright, let's see if we can get set up here. Yep, and I can't do that. So, you're gonna watch my lovely assistant do this for me.
It's not the easiest thing for me to do. This little one.
Even though we're 100% sure this is very safe, we haven't messed anything up, I'm still gonna white out my hardware. And we're gonna have to go bed my brakes in. I have new rotors and stuff, so we'll have to take them out, bed them. I want some seat time anyway. Once I do that, I'll come back in and be able to make sure these bolts haven't moved by the whiteout. And it's actually gonna be on the back, but to be redundant, I'll do it on the front as well. Alright, we're going to slide each half of the axle back in. It is very important that you make sure you put your left side back on the left side and the right side back on the right side. So Kyle's putting that in now. And we're going to use new hardware. And I see it pretty good here.
You need pliers?
I don't think so. I think I can just slide them all with my hand.
Okay.
It's just tight. Okay. I slid it right on. That was very easy. So it got a little groove in there. It's not coming out. You can't pull it out, right? That's right then. Sweet. And it is important that you do not reuse your little C-clips. These come in a pack of 4. Pretty cheap. Space for it. Look at that. It's so easy. Done. Make sure it don't come back out. Very cool. Get it so I can put the pin back in. Okay, so now we're gonna push it back up a little bit. Yep, we're gonna reinsert our locking pin.
Wipe it off.
Wipe it off.
no boogers.
Okay, we're gonna clean it off real good here. So your locking pin's only gonna go in one way.
So you're flat. It shouldn't matter where that flat is.
Oh,
Push it.
I pushed it too far. Roll it back around for me a little. Alright. Okay. Let me get one of my new bolts out. Hold on. It fell. Okay. So maybe I should have had this bolt ready.
That bolt is 2.
It's too what? Okay, so like that. Is it like this? Is that straight? 26. Alright, we're gonna torque this down to 26 foot-pounds. I don't like this. No, I don't like it. I'm gonna let you try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do this?
No.
Blows.
I feel good about that. So we're getting ready to put on a differential cover. We need to clean up this surface area. We want to make sure there's no gunk on it so we get a really good seal. I've already kind of wiped it, but I am going to go lightly around it and make sure there's nothing on there. Okay, and then I'm going to clean it with alcohol. Going to put some black RTV in our new, so we are upgrading our differential to the Ford Performance Cooling differential cover. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put black RTV in this little channel that goes all the way around. This is the top, I believe. We'll see. Let's see. Yep. Okay.
You want me to get under there and hold it?
Nope, I can get it. Okay, so this is a little hard for me because I'm weak and it's awkward. But I'm trying not to touch anything, and I know where things have to kind of line up. to spin when I'm spinning. What's that mean?
That torque wrench doesn't lock at 26, so just be sure you're on rotate.
Oh, okay, now I know what you mean. Torque down, we're gonna let this dry for 24 to 48 hours and then we'll fill. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and swap out our old calipers for our new calipers. First thing I need to do is remove the e-brake. I don't know what it's called, but I gotta remove that part. And there's a clip here. And I think if I remove the clip, I'll be able to get it off easier. So I'm going to try to remove that clip. The e-brake undone. The next thing we're going to have to do is take this bolt out so we can remove the brake line and get it switched over to the new caliper. Got the brake line hooked back up. I'm gonna hook the emergency brake line back. The only reason...
You can't scratch the truss, man, even if you're stuck.
Okay.
I have.
If you stretch a caliper,
Yeah, it
you
would be,
get tested for steroids.
Yeah,
it would be pretty impressive.
What's up, dude?
Okay, and now we need to reinstall our ABS sensor. Into this little hole here. Here. We use the old bolts. Right in. go ahead and prime our little liquid pumper, and then I'm going to add friction modifier to the gear oil. You want to get that done first. Make sure you get all your friction modifier into your diff. You wouldn't want to do this later in the process because it's going to take a couple of quarts of gear oil to fill up the diff. So we're going to put that in. I'm going to go under the car and we're going to fill it up. Back in our first bottle of oil. Always put the lids back on because you get clumsy. If you knock one of these over, you're gonna have a mess and you're gonna be mad at yourself. So just a little tip. Not like I've ever done that before. Right, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'll hold this when you get under the car.
Okay, so you can see that you're actually gonna fill it from towards the front of the car. That's where your plug is. Even though the diff cover that we put on had 2 drains on, or 2 plugs, you're still going to use the original location, which is towards the front of the car. So nothing's going to come out because it's empty already. Remember. Don't look directly at the bowl because you're going to get it in your eyes. Maybe wear safety glasses. Now my lovely assistant is going to hand me the tubes and we're going to start filling it. And we're going to fill it until it overflows. It takes about 4 1/4 quarts of gear oil. There's a little bit of oil already in the system. It's not a dry system currently. So that's why your fill plug's up high. When it overflows, it's full. Alright, I am gonna hold it because I don't want it to fall. Yep, we're ready to go. So he's just off camera pumping. It's not very exciting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming out.
Is it?
Yeah. Alright, so it is starting to come out. Luckily it's not gushing out. I was very worried. We were very worried. So we have our little catch can here. But it's just kind of leaking out. It's going to start dripping right there. There. We got it. So I'm going to remove the tube. I really just don't want to get this on me. It's really the thing. Hand it to my lovely assistant. The car is level, is something else that I wanted to mention. So it's not just like pouring out in front. I am surprised it's coming out that much though. I didn't realize. So we're gonna let it drain off, and then we'll put the plug back in. Alright, and your plugs do have a little magnet on them to grab metal shards, so make sure you clean that. all we've got to do is bleed the brakes. We've already got the lid off of our brake fluid reservoir. Kind of topped it off with our super awesome Castrol React SRF brake fluid, racing brake fluid. Keep it right there for standby. Now we're gonna do a 2-person bleeding system where I'm gonna get in the car, I'm gonna pump the brake pedal, and my lovely assistant is going to actually bleed the lines. Let's go. Up in here, I'm gonna pump up my brake pedal. Holding. And you can see my foot go to the floor when he opens the bleeder on the calipers. Okay?
Pump. One more and I think we're good.